Hello, Brobs. We're back with more books. New book arrivals, that is. And these are mostly thrift store finds from today and then a few estate sale finds. As you can see, this is a coffee table book on Roswell, which a lot of people believe is faked. I believe all these UFO things are faked, but that's just me. Still interesting topic. This is a 2009 book, basically. Just, it's a nice coffee table book. Stanton Friedman. Yeah. Pretty pedestrian stuff. Irina. This ain't working very well. Irina. She had risked her life to follow the man she loved. Now she must find a way to survive. By Jane Land. This book's not very worth very much, but it wasn't worth very much when it sold for $1.49, was it? Yes. Irina half turned to look up at Anton for the first time since the questioning had begun. All the life had drained from his face. Mine too. The Edwardians by V. Sackville West. Not sure why this guy has no first name, but you can see there was a book plate here that some jackal took out. I like book plates, even though I think they ruin a book. I still like them. I like this odd-looking woodcut. 1930 Literary Guild of America. I thought this was rather amusing. No character in this book is wholly fictitious. It's got a little bit of water damage. I'm not sure why it was only $1 at the library, where most books, hardcover books, are $2, but for some reason a nearly 100-year-old book was only $1, and that's the only reason I bought it. This, I believe, was 1/4. It's on the basically discard pile, so I got it. Obviously a monster book on art theory. Not particularly interested in art theory, but there you go. You got a book on art theory, bros. Got some underlining. Like I said, it was $1/4. Another Jonathan Rand. Chill out, Josh. Creepy Condors of California. Signed. In good shape. Adds to the collection of these, which I don't care about, but Clara Ford, Mrs. Henry Ford by Ford R. Bryan. $30 book, huh? Behind every successful man is a woman, the old saying goes, and that certainly was true with my great-grandfather and his remarkable wife, Clara. Yet, because Clara chose to fulfill a traditional supportive role, little has been written about her. Ford Bryan has filled this historical void. Ford is well known to our family as an outstanding historian, and once again, he has produced a meticulously crafted account. That's by Edsel B. Ford, too. This is by Wayne State University Press. Nice book. Nice book. Rather lovely book. My favorite book of all my finds recently, The Witch and the Priest, a novel based on the true story of Joan Flower, the infamous 17th century witch, which I will be reading on this channel if It's not already on here. If you visit the ancient parish church of Botsford in Leicestershire, England, you will find inscribed there a record of the events related in this engrossing tale of long ago. The story concerns Joan Flower, a notorious witch of exotic appearance, who in life cast off God and in death denied the devil, closing the gates of both heaven and hell to herself. Hilda Lewis tells how Joan, whose evil became notorious, enmeshed her daughters in her unearthly schemes, finally using them in her campaign of revenge against the Earl and Countess of Rutland, whom she was determined to harm by occult means, and whose two young sons she finally destroyed. The Earl's tomb is the only one in England carrying an allegation that the heirs to an estate were killed by witchcraft. As this dark story unfolds against the bright background of life in castle and village, Mrs. Lewis recreates a time when midnight hags set the ministers of hell to work. I love it. Don't love it that it's a ex-library, but you get what you get when you go to thrift stores. I take it this is a historical novel. Is this page messed up? No, it's not. I wouldn't have got this, but it's signed by Von Praagh, and I don't know if he's still living or what, but he's notable in the field, even though he's, I think, disreputable, but some people like him. What the Dead Can Teach Us About Life. When was this written? 2009. The individual experiences recounted in this book are true. However, the names and certain descriptive details have been changed. This was one I picked up just because it's got a great title, Midsummer Madness. And I've been meaning to read Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream and started to, then totally forgot about it. So maybe next year I'll read this one on Midsummer's Night Time. From the moment that Selina came to Hawkshead, she was aware of the strained relationship in the Goodale family. Mrs. Goodale, despite her change from aristocratic dignity to giggling senility, was a civilized person. So was her attractive son Gaydon, and yet their quarrels were violent and seemed to be forced to the surface by some long smoldering and secret antagonisms. The ugly old house held another inexplicable personality, Zilla. She seemed to Selina to be half servant and yet half a mistress of Hawkshead. Lushly beautiful, but coarse and over sentimental, her influence was felt in every corner of the estate. We'll leave some mystery to it. The French classical romances, complete in 20-crown octavo volumes. This is Guy de Maupassant, Pierre and Jean. A frontispiece and numerous other portraits with descriptive notes by Octave Uzan. 1902, which doesn't seem correct, but maybe it is. I doubt it. I don't believe this book's from 1902. It's not in very good shape either. But it was only 50 cents. Tabernacle Hymns by number 4 by whoever. The only reason why I got it was because it's from a church nearby, which probably doesn't exist anymore. Wayne Missionary Church in Wayne, Michigan. What year is this? 52. I'm not sure if that church exists any longer, but there we go. My Search for B. Traven, Jonah Raskin. Traven seemingly was a German writer, actor, playwright, maybe. Thought he was some kind of technical writer too, but no one seems to know who this guy actually was. So I think that's what this book is about. Searching for B. Traven. I also got a book on Traven, or one of his writings. And this book seems interesting enough, and I may read this on the channel as well. But I don't know. Something about Death Ship. There's some pretty cool looking editions of his books with the Death Ship. Anyway, it's in that pile, which I will cover in this next video coming up. But that's all for now, brovs. Goodbye, bruv. Goodbye.